Many of our companies are larger companies where this is their R&D or production operation. They have a choice as to where to stick their next employee. So for example, they may open a team or a new product line somewhere else that offers either the training they need or certain work skills. Since Oregon is playing catch-up to a certain degree in certain areas of bioscience, it's an incredibly attractive inducement for a company like Welch-Allyn or Biotronic to be able to start a team here and train them up here. 4 years ago, we actually started the BioPro workforce training program here at Oregon Bioscience Association. That's really when we first came into contact with the workforce training money that we received. It was incredibly valuable at the time because at the time Oregon didn't have a very deep pool of bioscience workers, but what it did have was a very deep pool of technology workers who could be easily converted to bioscience. It may even be more important today than it was then, because today you have the problem of technology workers that have been laid off their jobs, but they're locked into the housing market. They can't sell their homes to pursue careers elsewhere. So they're really facing a dilemma where they have to shift to different industries if they want to stay employed at the same level that they were at. So our solution was to come up with what we call gap training, which was industry-specific training necessary to have a semiconductor industry worker or some other technology worker make the move over. We knew that that was a new program and that we were going to have to develop some specialized curriculum, so we partnered with Work Systems Inc. here locally to help deploy those classes, and it was phenomenally successful. Over the span of that 4 years, we trained over 1,600 people in the biosciences industry, and that represents there may be people that took multiple classes, but 1,600 workers would be 10% of the entire bioscience workforce in Oregon. So it was very successful, very cost effective. I think our cost of training a worker was less than $12 an hour. Actually, Work Systems Inc. has been very efficient to work with and very flexible. They essentially wanted us to prove that we would be successful, and as we proved out that success, they led us to more and more opportunities. And the advantage of bioscience is it's very sticky. When you create a production facility, manufacturing, which is an area where Oregon has a strength over both California or Washington, by focusing on manufacturing, those are FDA-inspected facilities. So once you get an FDA-inspected facility built, you don't move it anytime soon. In this day and age, it's not all about jobs. It's all about high-paying jobs, because they have the multiplier effect of triggering additional employees being hired, but they also have the effect of raising the average wage in Oregon. And since Oregon lags our sister state in Washington by 10% fully, and I think is 10% below the national average, this is only going to be corrected by creating jobs above the average wage. I just think that there's an extreme ROI involved by targeting the training.